The Drake Maye era in New England could officially be starting, and I'm going to mix bag about it. We're going to break all that down in today's video. When should Drake Maye start? The news that has everybody in the NFL community going crazy about Drake Maye. Let's just get into it. What is going on, Pats Nation? It's your boy Colby, also known as Patriots Global, back here with another video. You guys know we already talked about it. Today we are talking about Drake Maye because he could be starting for the New England Patriots as soon as this week. We have some rumors, we have some reports circulating here from Adam Schefter, which we will get into. But on your way in, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. This is your one-stop shop for everything involving the New England Patriots. I have been covering the Patriots for you guys all the way since 2017. I've been here through the good, I've been here through the bad. I'm going to continue to be here through the good, the bad. This is your place for news, rumors, thoughts, opinions, live watch parties, previews, post-game recaps, all of that stuff. So please make sure you guys join us, join the Patriots Global family. And of course, on your way in, please leave a big like on the video. This video is also brought to you by BetUS. We'll talk to you guys a little bit later how you can get an exclusive offer from them. But what has everybody going crazy about Drake Maye is this report from Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter, of course, not a guy who just throws takes, throws opinions out there. When he tweets something, he is tweeting it because he truly believes in it. He has sources backing it up. So there is substance to this. He did respond. He retweeted to what Mike Reese says, kind of just with his opinions and his notes like he usually has. And the biggest part of this being Mayo said last week, the way the team won its only game was, quote, unsustainable, and he seems to strongly be considering the switch to Drake Maye. Adam Schefter retweets that and says a quarterback change could soon be coming to New England with rookie first-round pick Drake Maye potentially starting Sunday versus the Texans. And let me tell you, man, the NFL community, not just Patriots fans, they are ready to see Drake Maye. I mean, you have Scout TD coming in here on Twitter when this news broke saying, Patriots fans, listen up. I've evaluated over 530 draft prospects from 2021 to 2024. I've never had more confidence in a prospect than Drake Maye. He is the hero that New England needs and now has. If you're going to judge my reputation on one player, let it be this kid. Then you even have MLF football coming in saying the Drake Maye era in New England is about to begin. Maye is one of the most special quarterback prospects we've ever seen. Based on his football acumen, combined arm strength and physical capabilities. So everybody is ready for the Maye era in New England. But like I said, me personally, I'm going to mix bag for this, right? I've been someone who has stated my opinion time after time that the Patriots need to be slow and they need to be cautious with Drake Maye. Why? Because it's not about the next 10 months. It's about the next 10 years. And I don't care if Drake Maye needs to sit for an entire season, half the season, a quarter of the season, multiple years. I don't care what it's like, because if you look at the blueprint here for Drake Maye, it has to be what some of the most successful quarterbacks have been through. You know, Justin Herbert sat for a period of time. Patrick Mahomes sat for almost his entire first year. Jordan Love sat for several years. Aaron Rodgers sat for several years. Tom Brady sat for his first year. There is a very, very clear blueprint, even with quarterbacks in today's NFL, where sitting has done very well for them. And Tom Brady himself even said that people are trying to rush the quarterback, whether that's franchises, coaches, fans. With today's quarterbacks, we're trying to rush them immediately and just find that next big thing rather than trying to develop them correctly. And my own personal take on this has been, you can start Drake Maye when the offensive line is at least manageable. When you have a consistent offensive line that you are going to start, so far through 5 weeks, we have had a different offensive line combination. I want to see for at minimum 2 weeks, that we have an offensive line that has not been changed before Drake Maye comes in, because this is a bad offensive line. Call it as it is. And I tweeted this out and I got a little bit of hate for it from some Patriots fans when I said this. In fact, I'll even show it to you guys. I said the Patriots starting Drake Maye against the Texans is one of the worst things this team can do. One of the best pass rushes in the NFL, going up against a quarterback in his first career start with an offensive line that isn't yet solidified. Let him build momentum. Don't throw him to the wolves in game one. And essentially, people's arguments back to that tweet was, well, that's soft. You took him with the third overall pick. He's supposed to elevate the offense around you. He's supposed to make the team look better, and he should negate some of the pressure. Yes, he should do that. But this is his first career start, right? He needs to build that momentum. He's going to be in his head a little bit. He's never taken a snap in the NFL before. It's all been, at the collegiate level. And like I said, this is trending towards being one of the worst pass blocking offensive line that New England has, not just in franchise history, but in NFL history. You look at these pressure rates here, 44% week 1, 50% week 2, 56% here in week 3. Week 4, it was 53.8%. And then while it was better here in week 5 against the Dolphins this past week, it was still just roughly over a 50% pressure rate allowed. Before we continue on with today's video, though, I want to give a massive shout out to the sponsors of this video and the channel all football season long, from none other than the best damn sportsbook on the platform at BetUS. Right now, when you guys sign up on their website or use their mobile app, super easy, super quick, takes less than 60 seconds. You use the promo code like you see on the screen, YouTube150, YouTube150. You guys will get a limited exclusive time offer of a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, followed by a 125% sign-up bonus on your next 2 deposits, all the way up to $2,000. That is a deal on your first 3 deposits when you sign up right now and use that promo code. BetUS has the fastest payouts in the industry, a 200% crypto deposit bonus. They got the fastest and easiest deposit and withdrawal process in the business, 24/7 personalized service, 365 days a year, live wagering on all major games, best betting variety in the business. You can even get a 10% back on your net losses 2 times a year. Who's taking care of you and your money the way that BetUS is? I'll tell you, absolutely nobody. And BetUS can give you your very own personalized account manager, finding ways to take care of you and your money all season long. They also have the best options to bet on. I mean, talking about NFL player props, NFL futures, you can bet on the draft, you can bet on trades. You can also, of course, bet on other things too: basketball, baseball, cricket. You can even bet on politics, which is absolutely crazy. But most importantly, guys, play smart, play responsible. If you or somebody you know or love is dealing with a problem, please reach out and get the help you need. Only bet to have a little bit of extra fun. Never bet to try and, put food on the table or pay your rent. If you or somebody you know is dealing with an issue and you don't know where to get the help, you can actually go to BetUS, and they have a page dedicated to getting that help that you guys need. But then again, shout out to BetUS. But back to the video. Look, I'm not trying to say that you hold Drake Maye's hand throughout this entire process, but the quarterback position is one of those positions where if you hit on it and you do things right, it can change the trajectory of your team completely. And if you do it wrong, it's going to put your team back significantly. If the Patriots don't hit on Drake Maye, Jerod Mayo's probably out. Elliott Wolf could potentially be out too. Now you're looking for a new quarterback, and this whole rebuild is starting itself over. You have to do right by your quarterback. You cannot ask a rookie quarterback to come in doing things that veteran quarterbacks are already asked to do. Yes, he's going to elevate the offense around you, but you cannot ask Drake Maye to come in game 1, mid-season, and be a superhero, especially against one of the best defenses, one of the best pass rushes in the entire National Football League that the Houston Texans have. I do believe they need to start him sooner rather than later, but they also need to be cautious with him, because once you start Drake Maye, you're starting Drake Maye. Jacoby Brissett's done. You're not putting Jacoby Brissett back in. This isn't, well, let's see what Drake Maye has. If he's ready or he's not ready, the offensive line looks bad, it's too much of a pass rush, his internal clock is being screwed up, let's just restart Jacoby Brissett. You can't do that. You cannot do what the Dolphins did with Tua back in 2020, I believe, when Tua was drafted, 2019, 2020. That screws up the development of a quarterback. That screws up their mental processing, their confidence, and playing quarterback is just as much mental as it is physical. But the Patriots, if they do start Drake Maye against the Houston Texans, you have to understand what they're going up against. And this is a team that in week 2 alone put up historical numbers. Defensively, week 2, the Houston Texans had 2 interceptions, 7 sacks, and an 81.8 quarterback drop back pressure rate, which is an NFL record. Even this last week, here in week 5, the in-division rival Buffalo Bills, who have a top 5 offensive line, and according to PFF, they went up against the Houston Texans, and they allowed 3 or 4 sacks. I can only imagine how good the Houston Texans defensive line, that pressure rate is going to look like against the New England Patriots, who again are trending towards historically having one of the worst pass blocking offensive lines that the NFL has ever seen. And look, maybe they found their best offensive line combination, because last week it seemed to have taken a step forward. It's not where it needs to be, but it seemed to have taken a step forward. But this is why we need to see it for multiple weeks, because did the Patriots offensive line finally take a step forward? Did we finally find that O-line combination that works for this team and at least can be sustainable? Or did they just play better against a Miami Dolphins defensive line that really isn't all that good? That's why I said earlier, we need to see the Patriots have an offensive line for multiple weeks consistently before you throw Drake Maye out there. I understand he should elevate the offense around him. He'll be able to negate some of that pressure a little bit, but you still don't want him behind an offensive line that is going to be changing every single week. We talk about what happened with Mac Jones. Why did Mac Jones get screwed up? One of the big reasons was because his internal clock was messed up. Even when he had time, he didn't think he had time and he was making bad decisions. We started to see the same thing with Bailey Zappi last year. We've, through 5 weeks, seen Jacoby Brissett develop that exact same issue. And if that thing happens to Drake Maye, it is very, very, very hard for a quarterback to come back from that and not be riddled with their confidence. So to me, do I want to see Drake Maye play? Yes, Jacoby Brissett's playing bad football. It's getting worse and worse. It feels like every single week. He's making the wrong decisions. He's missing wide open receivers that you got to think Drake Maye is going to be able to hit because he's just a more talented quarterback. But against the Houston Texans, to me, just doesn't seem like the week for him to get his first start. I look at it and I look at this Patriots schedule and I say, okay, if we really want to start him, why don't we look here at week 8 against the Jets? Why? Well, this gives you a couple extra weeks to get Drake Maye a little bit more acclimated. You tell the team what your plan is going to be. You're not just making a last-minute decision, asking him to be okay in just 1 week, but you're saying, we're going to vamp up the reps you're getting in practice a little bit more for the next couple of weeks so that you feel more ready. And then you go up against an in-division rival like the Jets, which we know a few weeks prior, Drake Maye got a little bit of action against. And yes, it's still a good defensive line, but it's not the defensive line that the Houston Texans have. And then Drake Maye can prepare himself mentally for a couple of weeks, physically, and the team can also get ready for Drake Maye, not to mention that would also be a home game. Now, not only that, but that's also going to give us the opportunity to see what this offensive line can look like for the next couple of weeks. Like I said, this past week with Demontre Jacobs at right tackle, you had Onwenu at right guard, Leverett at center, who didn't look good at all. Then you had Michael Jordan at left guard, and then Vidarian Lowe at left tackle. If that's going to be your combination, you now have another 2 weeks to see, okay, is this actually our best combination, or is there something we want to switch up? Not just that, but maybe by that Jets game, you could have somebody like Cole Strange returning and give you a little bit more depth, maybe come in and take over at center just to even vamp up that offensive line a little bit more. I understand Drake Maye needs to start sooner rather than later. That's definitely the way that it is trending towards, but I just think that throwing him out there against the Houston Texans is not the right way for him to get his first start. What are your guys' thoughts on this situation? What are your thoughts on these reports? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. Shout out again to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys use that promo code YouTube150 to get a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, followed by 125 on your next 2. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, but most importantly, never forget, go Pats.